Good morning. My name is Brenda Govindarajan, and I'm going to share a few information about the viral infection smallpox. We'll cover the key characteristics of the disease, what symptoms to look out for, how it's diagnosed, what are the consequences of having smallpox, how do we prevent it, and spend a little time on bioterrorism using smallpox virus. Smallpox is a highly infectious disease caused by the variola virus. It's highly contagious and has a 30% fatality rate. Vaccination is very effective in building immunity to the disease, and efforts to eradicate the disease in the 20th century has been very successful, and the last reported case globally was in 1977. Since 1980, the World Health Organization has declared the world free of smallpox. The symptoms are as follows. There is an incubation period of anything from 7 to 19 days, but on an average 10 to 14 days. At this time, nobody is infectious. They are not contagious. The first onset of symptoms is high fever and head and body aches and nausea. It could last for 4 days, followed by rash on the tongue and mouth, and sores that spill the virus into the mouth and the throat. That's when the rash starts forming in the mouth and then in the entire body, from arms and legs and to the face and everywhere. These rashes are this rash can be filled with a opaque liquid like pus, and then eventually the rash forms scabs and the scabs fall off. During the stage when the rash forms, as well as till it falls off, the person is contagious. And then when there are no scabs, they are not contagious. Smallpox is an incidence is a public health emergency. It spreads directly from person to person, indirectly from an infected person, and through contaminated items. It can also be spread as an act of terrorism, and the virus is used as a bioterrorist agent. The key indicator for the virus is fever, high fever followed by rash. This is a very serious disease that can leave a lot of consequences once infected. The first, everybody gets scars from the pox, from the rash, and if there is a rash in the eyes, it can cause blindness. Otherwise, or it could affect the nervous system, causing encephalitis, or the bones, causing osteomyelitis. In women who are pregnant, the smallpox can cause stillbirths and abortions, and in men, it could cause infertility. It's an airborne disease and spread through saliva droplets from infected people. Vaccination is the best way to prevent it, and vaccination has been very effective. There's no case of smallpox in the US since 1949, and the vaccination as a preventive measure has been stopped since 1972. Currently, there is no live virus anywhere in the world except for two research labs, one in the US and one in Russia, where the virus is kept for research purposes. However, since 9/11, there has been scare that smallpox is one of the 6 deadly infectious agents that can be used for bioterrorism. Variola virus is used for bioterrorism because it can be used for bioterrorism because it can be grown in large numbers. It spreads through the air and it has a high fatality rate of 30%. No biological attack has ever happened so far. However, in the event of an attack, CDC has plans to collaborate with other agencies through the Emergency Operations Center, and vaccinations will be released from the strategic national stockpile. And there will be a lot of communication with the public on how to stay away or prevent the disease, and to healthcare providers on how to diagnose and treat the disease. Bioterrorism emergency plan from the CDC consists of early detection, isolation, and vaccination of exposed people. Early detection through surveillance program consists of identifying and reporting cases, isolating patients, identifying contacts for contact tracing, and vaccinating the contacts or potential contacts. In summary, smallpox is a highly contagious, disfiguring, and deadly disease. caused by the smallpox virus. It spread through blood or by skin to skin contact or by airborne respiratory droplets, also by saliva when drinks, etc., are shared. No cases have occurred since 1977, but the disease is characterized by pustular rash, which develops first in the face, then in the hands, forearm, and later torso, and the mortality rate is 30%. Thank you.